Hey guys, good morning. Cyndi Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have my good friend Danielle from DCA Vacations who we're celebrating today. Danielle, you just graduated from COV. Are you so excited?
I am.
It's quite a journey. Tell us a little bit about where you were before taking careers on vacation and where you are now.
I was a previously a school counselor, and I retired about 5 years ago. And so I was just looking for something. So I was nowhere when I started. I just found it. I was looking at going into a franchise, and then I decided that no, that wasn't the right thing for me. We've owned our own business for 20 plus years, and so I wanted to be the master of my own ship. And so I saw this as I started doing research and jumped on board. And I've been a slow roller. I am trying to build it correctly for me. But it has helped me get the process started and flowing and running and learning all the things I actually need to be doing, but am not actually
I
doing well
love it.
right
Yeah, and
now.
the fact you owned a business before, right? It's so valuable. Whenever we have someone like, I owned a business before, we're like, okay, we know why you're here because you want that roadmap to kind of spell it out. And you brought up the franchise option. We don't talk a lot about that in the industry. For some people, it might be a great option, but it is really, really pricey. They start out around, last time I checked, around 15 grand. I don't know if they're higher or lower after COVID,
Right.
but that's what, in our well, and I've owned franchise businesses, non-travel franchise businesses, but in our model, I really feel like it's not required because we have just as many franchisee type clients that come through our program as other of regular students. So a lot of times they still end up in our program because of those, what you said, those operational pieces, and really that whole extra level of marketing and things that you learn that not even at the franchise level sometimes they're teaching you, or with some of the franchises they require you to use their branding and their systems, so you lose that ability to customize your own thing, which is more what we're about. So hopefully, as people, that never comes up hardly ever on these case studies, so thank you for bringing that up because that is valid. That's one of the options that
Well,
everybody has, right?
and I Yeah, and I have the choice of spending that much money on joining a franchise or spending a reduced amount of that, a significantly reduced amount,
Yeah.
and investing in myself and making it the way I wanted to. Like when we started our own business, we have and we still have it, and that is what affords me to be able to do the things I like to do. Um, we made the map ourselves, and so that was really challenging. But 21 years later, we have a very successful business, and it keeps flowing and developing and changing. But it's very different from a travel industry business. But that piece of, do I spend this on a franchise and then probably spend more on other things, or do I spend money to invest in me that's
Yes.
going to get me where I want to be long term?
Yep, that's a great point. And you still have to franchise, or through our program, you still have to get out there and do the marketing and spend on a few extra things like marketing, right? So
Right.
good choice, I think,
Absolutely.
especially for your personal goals. It was a fit. What do you think have been your biggest wins or celebrations since taking the program?
And some of my biggest wins have been learning really a lot of new stuff. I think my first sale was a friend, because I just put out there on social media that I was starting a travel business, and they asked me the question like, "Can you do villas?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I'll find out." And I booked. I found out about several different villa options. I booked a great villa for their family. They're going in November. I saved them a ton of money from what they were looking for, and it was a great learning experience. And yeah, I'm so excited for them. They're celebrating their daughter's 30th birthday at a villa in Puerto Vallarta
Aww.
for 14 people, and it's amazing.
Huge,
And then
huge
I learned
first.
all about villas.
Yeah, a huge first sale, and bringing up the villas too, because a lot of people, have the thought because they just don't know our industry and the resources that we have of like, well, people are booking through VRBO or Airbnb, but the reality is we can book similar accommodations. You just have to know where to go. And how great was it to be able to ask our group, like, how do I handle this? Like, right?
Right?
Have that
Exactly.
resource when it popped up, and to have a
Exactly.
14-person sale. That's so exciting as your first one. Oh, kudos, Danielle. That's awesome. I love it. You know that we put a lot of mindset work through our program And it's one of those things where we're really trying to teach you. Now, you've been a business owner, which is great. So you know what it takes in those pieces. But what have been, what, from the mindset pieces that we have in the program, how did that help you either in your life or business as you went through this process of starting a second business of your own?
Well, I'm going to confess I'm not the world's greatest at it because I'm just not. But I'm working towards it. I'm working on it. And as a former school counselor, you'd think I'd be better at it. But, we know what we teach, but we don't always do what we tell others.
Yep.
So it is something that I'm working on. And I've always been grateful. And so that the gratefulness piece was something that I've always done. I've always been that kind of person that is just grateful for all. But it is just helped me hone what I need to focus on and what I need to remember to work towards. Goal setting as a teacher, as a counselor, has always been a piece, but privately and personally, I haven't always been good about that. But the mindset piece is reminding me that I need to speak it, and it will, if I focus on it, happen.
Yeah.
Either way you speak it, it'll happen. If you speak it negatively, it's going to show up negatively. If you speak it positively, it'll show up positively. And that mindset manifestation, working towards that set is making a difference. And I love just reminding myself to focus on that and not on all the ways that things go negative.
Yeah, you bring about what you think about, right? And then also just from a structure standpoint, structure standpoint of setting goals, waking up every day, working towards those goals, going about your day with intention, being mindful. It's just that whole process, because doing something new is out of your comfort zone. It feels hard on certain, it feels hard and overwhelming on certain days. So to be able to go to those tools and kind of guide you through. And also part of the reason why that's in our program is when people graduate and they go on and start their giant travel businesses and they continue to evolve, I want you guys to go away with tools that when you are by yourself, right? Of course, you can still plug into the grad community, but ultimately, post-program, I want you to be equipped to keep growing, keep thriving. You can throw if you want. Keep that momentum going post-program. So I'm so glad to hear that. That's amazing. And I love to hear the correlation between, because same thing, right? With my kids, I'm like, here's how we're going to do this. And I'm like, did I do that for myself today? So I love that. It's really good. And COVID really tested me, to be honest, because, I do this every day. I've been doing it for years and years, but I had to go back to the basics during that most difficult time. That was a great reminder and a good lesson for me to oh yeah, this is why it's so important. I had to put it into overdrive to get through that period and then come out the other end on the upside, right? Because it was a challenging time for everyone. But let's talk a little bit about people that watch these videos are usually in that consideration phase. And you know how much information is out there. You did a ton of research. It's completely overwhelming to go, is this the path? Is this the path? Everybody has the marketing thing and they're targeting it. It's just for you, right? So in our program, we only want to take on students and clients that if we can really help them, right? You've been on the inside of COV. You know what happens behind the scenes. You've been behind the curtain. What would you want to tell that person who's sitting on the fence about starting with us, or they're going through that process of evaluation? Was there anything you wish you knew that now you do know that you'd want to share with others?
Well, first I'd say take the leap. Have faith in yourself and just take the leap. I never realized how much information there was about travel. I never thought, I never realized there was so much to learn. And there is so much to learn. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And I think this is that first bite so that you can learn how to focus. That first piece of honing in on what you want to do. Do you want to do cruises? Do you want to do adventure travel? Do you want to do, all of that piece was so helpful in going, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do cruises because it's what I know. I want to do photography, adventure pieces because it's what I know. And then I can become an expert at that. While I love doing the villa piece, I may or may not focus on villas because it's not my niche. It's not where my passion is. Am I willing to help somebody with it now that I know? Yeah, but I'm not going to probably take on 400 clients about that because it's not where my passions lie. And I think that was the best part of the beginning, is getting to where you know what you need to know so you can do what you want to know, so you can do all the things. Because there is so much to learn.
There's so much.
If you want to be a lifelong learner, join the travel industry. Lifelong learning right here.
So true. And I always say you don't know what you don't know. And this is not, if you guys are out there thinking about becoming a travel agent, first of all, go get the free masterclass. Like, start there. That's a great place. It's a free hour-long just advocacy session. It's just focused on like how to do this and if it's even for you. But it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of people say, oh, it's just going to be like booking travel for myself. I'm great at booking travel for myself. So am I, because I know me, right? I know exactly what I want. I know what I like, what I don't. But the process of ushering another family or potentially someone you don't personally know, lots of clients that are new, you just met, right? What is that process of building that rapport, qualifying them, understanding how to match them with the right things? What if an issue pops up? How do you handle that? Like, there's a whole workflow process that you need to have in, but then also like, what are all the best practices for pre, during, after, and then, that's just the surface of, then you have to market your own business in today's day and age. This is not like working for a mom and pop agency where they're just going to feed you calls and feed you leads. You have to hustle for those leads. So you better know what you're doing, because you're really going to be in this online marketplace. So thank you for bringing that up, Danielle. That's a great point for people who are out there in that consideration phase. And guys, go over to our website and just look at the Careers on Vacation program. This will really details out exactly what Danielle just went through, right? She has access to our online membership portal where all of her content is. Even after she graduates the program, she will have access to this for the lifetime of the program as it grows and evolves. And you don't just work with me, you work with my entire amazing team of rock stars. We have coaches, we have teachers, we have experts, all kinds of amazing people to help you with your travel business. We're so proud. We are the most reviewed program in the industry for travel agent certifications, and we're so excited about that. And we'll be adding Danielle to that as well. But go visit us at careersonvacation.com/ready now if you're ready to apply, or just careersonvacation.com if you want to find out more information, and I'll pop those links down below as well. Danielle, last question. Would you recommend Careers on Vacation to someone who is in a similar situation, wanted to start their own travel business, but specifically, why would you recommend us?
Absolutely. I think specifically I would recommend you because it is just that. It's comprehensive. It's at my own pace. There's support along the way. There's the community that you get as soon as you join. There's community that you get as soon as you graduate. And it's just that whole, you can go as fast as you want, as slow as you want. You can go back and go, wait, I'm not sure I caught that piece, and revisit it. Or when changes happen, y'all are so good about putting in the updated information and letting us know that it's updated, not just going, oh, put in the updates. And then it's the continued support, not just the in the midst of it support. It's that whole, you're not like, oh, here you go. There's lots of learning that you've done. It's like, here's all the information, now go run. It's here's all the information, now go run. But how can we help you continue to be successful and not just go, okay, I'm done with you. You've graduated. Bye-bye. It's absolutely. You graduated. Now there's this whole new community of people that are just like you trying to build. And there's enough customers and clients out there for all of us to have plenty of work, or to have as much or as little as you want. And that's what I think is the best part is that it's catered to your needs as to where you are right now.
I love that. Yeah, you guys, travel is a trillion with a T like Tom industry. There's enough business for all of you. And if anything, people are searching for certified travel agents and they can't find them fast enough. So having that certification really positions you, and that's a strong thing. I want to say why I was giggling in the middle, because Danielle, you guys went through the program when Meta was doing all of their changes, like Facebook became Meta, and then we had all like the number of updates on a daily basis, like, oh, Instagram is, you have to do this now. Like, it's a moving target, right? So, but one of the things that my team is so great about is we are on top of those changes. And the weird thing that also happens is Facebook/Meta/Instagram, they roll out in stages. So half of the country can be on the old process and then the other half is on the new one. So navigating that, like you got to be really good at training and on top of the information. I'm so proud of my team because to your point, we're like, yes, this half of the class is probably like this, and then this it was a lot when Danielle was in the program. Thankfully, pretty much a lot of that has settled. But listen, next year they could do another massive change, and we'll be doing this all again. But that's what you can count on with us for sure. So Danielle, thanks for joining us today. And listen, we'll see you soon. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.